The Colonel on Highway 285. It was just past 7 a.m. On a quiet Sunday morning, when Colonel Naomi Bradford drove her government-issued SUV down Highway 285, slicing through the sun-scorched emptiness of New Mexico. The sky was pale blue, the desert air dry, and the road around her desolate. Only the soft hum of tires rolling across asphalt and the static crackle of a military radio kept her company. Though technically off-duty, old habits die hard. Naomi had served over 2 decades in the U.S. Army, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, multiple deployments, each carving out pieces of her soul and tempering her strength with unshakable discipline. She had just wrapped up a leadership seminar in Albuquerque where she'd given a keynote address on resilience and integrity in command. Her thoughts, however, were far from military doctrine. All she could think about was home, her teenage son Jalen waiting for her in Austin, likely already texting her about pancakes or asking if they could hit the skate park. But the peace shattered. Red and blue lights flared behind her, cutting through the sunlight like a warning shot. Naomi's heart sank, not from guilt, but from experience. She knew the drill. She eased off the gas, signaled, and pulled to the side of the highway. She turned off the engine, rolled down the window, placed her hands on the steering wheel, and took a slow, steady breath. The patrol car screeched to a stop. A tall, white officer stepped out, walking stiffly with his chest puffed out like he owned the desert. No greeting, no identification. "Step out of the vehicle, ma'am," he said curtly. "Good morning, officer," Naomi replied, her voice calm and steady. "May I ask why I've been pulled over?" "I said step out. Now." His tone was off. Authoritarian. Threatening. Not procedural. Naomi kept her gaze straight ahead, her years of combat, discipline kicking in. "Officer, I have the right to know why I'm being stopped. If I violated a law, please tell me which one." The man stepped closer, looming. "You match the description of someone we're looking for. That's enough. Step out." Still, he hadn't given his name, shown his badge, or stated probable cause. Naomi slowly reached down to tilt her phone toward the door, revealing its camera quietly recording. "Last chance, Lieutenant," he sneered, deliberately using the wrong rank. "Get out on your own, or I'll remove you." Naomi didn't move. She wasn't just a woman in a car. She was a black woman, alone, in a place where justice often took a back seat to fear. And she could see it. This wasn't routine. This was intimidation. He began circling the car, tapping on her window with his baton, not smashing it, just enough to send a message. "You've got 3 seconds," he barked. 1. My camera is recording. I'm not resisting. I am calmly requesting you follow protocol. For the record, I am Colonel Naomi Bradford, active duty, U.S. Army. He flinched, but barely. "You think that uniform makes you special? That don't mean nothing out here. I believe in the law," she said, including the part where officers are expected to follow it. He leaned into the window, his breath foul and hot. "You're suspected of transporting illegal substances. That's reason enough." Naomi held her ground. "My plates are clean. You know it. I'm requesting a supervisor." That set him off. He slammed the roof of her car. "You want to play games?" Phoenix. Storming back to his cruiser, the officer, name tag now visible, Nielsen, spoke rapidly into his radio. "Resisting. Possibly armed. Suspect is hostile." Naomi heard the shift in tone. He wasn't calling for backup. He was staging justification. With practiced hands, Naomi activated a hidden camera embedded in her glasses and began a live backup stream. Too many stories ended like this. She refused to be one of them. Nielsen returned. He was wearing tactical gloves now, thick, reinforced knuckles. She unbuckled her seatbelt, centered herself, prepared. He reached for the door. It was locked. He pounded it with the side of his fist. "Open up. Now." "You are violating my civil rights," Naomi said, loud and clear. "I'm not resisting. This is being recorded. You think you're special because of that uniform?" He swung his baton at the window once, twice. Hard enough to rattle, not shatter. In the distance, a semi-truck rumbled down the road. Nielsen glanced at it. hesitated. "You've got 5 seconds," he growled, pulling a taser. "Or I'm dragging you out." Naomi unlocked the door. He flung it open, reached for her arm. She moved like lightning. A wrist lock. A turn. A shift of weight. Nielsen was on the ground before he understood what happened. Naomi stood over him, calm, breathing evenly. "Officer Nielsen," she said, her voice unwavering. "You have violated protocol, used excessive force, and attempted unlawful detainment. You are now immobilized. Do not get up." His face twisted in disbelief. Behind them, the truck screeched to a stop. A young driver jumped out, phone raised. "I saw the whole thing," he yelled. "She didn't do anything. He attacked her. I got it all on video." Nielsen lunged. Naomi moved again. Another clean hold. Secure. Controlled. "You are under citizen's arrest," she stated. "Your words and actions are being recorded." His radio crackled. "Unit 17, status update? Confirm situation." Naomi picked it up. "This is Colonel Naomi Bradford, U.S. Army. Officer Nielsen attempted unlawful force. He is subdued. Requesting immediate backup." Silence. Then, "Copy that. Units inbound." 10 minutes later, another patrol car arrived. 2 female officers emerged, Sergeant Harper and Officer Mendoza. Naomi stood tall beside her car. Nielsen sat in the dirt, seething, nursing his shoulder. "Colonel Bradford," Harper began, "we received your call. Are you reporting that Officer Nielsen assaulted you?" "Yes, ma'am. I have video on 2 devices. A witness corroborated it. I acted in self-defense." The trucker showed his footage. Harper stepped aside to watch it. When she returned, her expression was stone. "He claimed you were armed. There is no weapon in my car. You are welcome to search it." "We will." Nielsen screamed. "She attacked me. She resisted. She's lying." Mendoza snapped. "We saw the footage. You lied over the radio. That's a serious offense." Harper turned to Naomi. "You followed every protocol. Thank you for handling this without escalation." Naomi nodded. "I did what I had to. I'll stay to complete the report. Then I'm heading home. My son is waiting." 3 days later, Naomi returned to Fort Cavazos. Her unit welcomed her with salutes, and unfortunately, so did the media. She ignored the flashing lights and microphones. Her focus was on her son, waiting at the gate, proud and wide-eyed. The Department of Defense released a statement praising her restraint and professionalism. The Sheriff's Department launched an internal investigation. Nielsen's body cam had been turned off. The footage from Naomi's devices and the trucker was irrefutable. Nielsen was suspended, later fired. The county prosecutor filed charges. His attorneys claimed stress, misjudgment, confusion. But the public had already chosen a different truth. Naomi gave one interview to a small, grassroots YouTube channel dedicated to justice reform. "Why didn't you back down?" the reporter asked. "Because too many before me did," she answered. "If I let him humiliate me, I'd be telling the world it's okay. It's not. Were you scared? Yes. But fear isn't a reason to surrender to injustice." That clip went viral. Her quotes spread across the country. "I wasn't just defending myself. I was defending the idea that law should stand above skin color, above emotion, above power. Just law." Activists made posters. Lawmakers cited her during reform debates. Female recruits sent her letters. "You showed me strength doesn't have to be loud. It has to be true." Later that summer, Naomi received a National Civilian Courage Award. On stage, she kept it simple. "This isn't about a soldier taking down a cop. It's about a person who refused to be broken. If we want change, we have to stand for it, even if we stand alone." Epilogue. Truckers now call that stretch of Highway 285 Bradford Pass. Some write it on their trailers. Others post signs on mile markers. Nielsen is gone. Naomi still serves, still leads. And when she walks into the barracks, young recruits don't salute just for rank. They say, "Thank you, ma'am."